Hello viewers, my name is Eric and welcome to another episode of Let's Play American Truck Simulator. Excellency, the series is called Excellency because I'm trying to do zero tickets, zero fines, just generally perfect runs. So yeah, I have a bunch of debt here that we're going to try and clear. Well, not clear, because I'm going to take on more debt because I'm trying to grow the company, but we're going to try to make some money. And this is a pretty special job because this is going to be, I think, the first time in the game that I'm going to be driving for Voltison, you know, which is the game's version of Tesla. Now, this isn't, I don't know how realistic is this is because, Tesla has the Gigafactory is in Reno, or close to Reno. I don't know where exactly is it, but I know the Gigafactory is over here. But nevertheless, it's pretty cool that we get to transport Teslas from or Voltisons as the game calls it, from uh Elko over here to Pheonix. And it's gonna be a 851-mile trip, which given the game's 1 to 40 scale is about 20 miles. And yeah, we're gonna be going all the way over here, here. And yeah, we're gonna be making 25,000 bucks from this run, assuming I don't get any tickets and stuff. So I'm gonna be driving this Kenworth T680, which is a car which has a 500 horsepower engine and a 18-speed transmission and 300 gallons, a 300-gallon tank. So we should be quite good. Let's go. I'm gonna go take the job right now. Press the following key to fill the job offer. Freight market, earn money for your company. Alright, so let's go accept this job. As you can see, there's our trailer right there with its Teslas loaded. And yeah, let's move here. And of course, being that this is Excellency, we're gonna do everything slowly. And there we go. Press the following key to finish trailer coupling. Alright, so most of the settings in this game are set to full realism, except for the brakes, which I'm not using air brakes because they take too long to charge, and I just don't have the patience. So now before we get going, let's plan out the trip. So the fuel is getting pretty low, so I'm gonna fuel up the car nearby, and then in about 13 in-game hours, so I'm gonna fuel up the car here. Wait, yeah, I'm gonna fuel up the car here, and then in about 13 hours, we're gonna need to take a nap. So in about 13 hours, which is around between this and before Vegas or after Vegas, depending on where we are. And just to be safe, I think we should go rest here. So these are 2 stops, and the fuel should last us through the entire trip. And after resting here, we should also be good for the rest of the trip. But just in case we aren't, let's tag a second rest stop for backup. So this will be our second rest stop, just in case we get tired. But because the speed limit in Nevada and what's that other place again? In Nevada and this other state. And well, Arizona is not limited to 55, so we should get to this done pretty quickly. It's alright. Clear left and clear right. So these 5 Teslas, I think 5 or 6 Teslas, weigh 24,000 pounds, which is about right for whatever the cars, but I think slightly underestimating because the trailer should weigh something as well. So clear left and clear right. Yep, our lights are on, and that's a little test of horn there. Not intentional, but it's not. It's all right. Not the end of the world if I do test it. So I think here we can turn on right, turn on red. So but the signal is green. But we can make right turns on red signals. All right, so we're 31 miles an hour now, and we're gonna just roll down this stretch. So if we're lucky, this light will turn green, and if we're lucky, this light will stay green as we pass through, just like this. Alright. Teslas are, of course, very cool cars. Of course, when it comes to electrifying cars, it actually makes more sense to electrify, add hybrid systems to these large trucks, because you save more fuel that way. Unfortunately, the initial cost, the initial investment is just too massive, I think, for many. So trucking companies maybe don't feel it's worth it, or maybe the truck makers don't think there's a market for it. I mean, like, yeah, fueling trucks does cost a lot of money, but compared to, would you rather a efficient truck, or would you rather like two trucks? Because if you have two trucks, you can earn double the money. So, and I think most people would rather have two trucks than to have, or of course it's not going to be like if the cost is that steep, which the cost is not going to be that steep, but like, would you rather have 10 trucks, 10 non-hybrid diesels, or 9 hybrid trucks? I think most trucking companies would rather have the extra truck than to have 9 slightly more efficient trucks. Even though if we electrify the trucks, we can save a ton of fuel. But oh well. And if we make the trucks fully electric, we can save even more gas. But then comes the problem of fueling and I don't think there's any good way to fuel them aside from Tesla's supercharger network, which they don't currently accommodate trucks, as far as to my knowledge. Did I have to go through there? Nope. Usually, you only have to go through there if you get a notification. Go through the wait station. I have no idea when you are supposed to go through it. I just go through them whenever I get a message on this handy dandy GPS over here. Great thing about, 500 horsepower is that you get up to speed fairly quickly. Like, you think this is slow, just the starter trucks are even slower. I've spent way more money on this truck than if I just bought a 500 horsepower truck new, but upgrading a truck is always cheaper than buying a new one. So this truck has probably already cost me around 300,000 in-game dollars. I mean, maybe less, maybe 200,000, but still, for a starting price of 120,000, it's quite a bit. Alright, clear left. Now the great and perhaps non-realistic thing about this game is that everyone obeys traffic laws. Which means, well, basically it means that driving is simple. Way simpler than uh, in real life. And you can also do some semi-illegal things, such as sticking your head out halfway to clear the left side of the road before, when turning left. So you clear your left side, stick your head out halfway, clear left side, and then all you have to do is check the right side, and then you can make a left turn. Because cars are patient and they aren't dicks, unlike in real life, where the car will happily plow into you if you stick out half your car. Alright, so there's our speed limit of 70. Our gas tank is full, and we should be on our way. Now, contrary to some of the strategy guides in this of this game, the best way to grow your company is as soon as you're approved for a loan, or approved for a loan of around $120,000. It's best to get your own truck. Best to get a loan and then get your own truck, because not only can you make way more money doing better contracts, but you also get to keep, for example, your seat adjustment settings, such as this view, which I have set up here, which works for me, and you can also drive around and to see places and explore the map to unlock more opportunities. And also, owning your own truck is fun. That's also a reason. I actually messed up in the starting up the game, because the recommended thing to do is because upgrading your starter one car garage from 1 cars to 3 cars costs the same as buying a whole new garage. So the recommended strategy is to buy a new garage with the money first, so that you get an extra spot. So buying a new garage, which all new garages come with 3 spots. So buying a new garage is better than upgrading your starter 1 car garage. But I messed that part up, so yeah. So my start was a bit slow, but still, I'm having a bit of fun, doing contracts, earning lots of in-game space bucks. And yeah. My company now has 3 drivers, I think. No wait, it has 4 drivers actually. And I reckon that I've reached a point in the game where if I didn't take any jobs at all, and if I just drove around and let the time pass, I should be able to clear the debt. So even though I have 11,000, I have to pay 11,000 every day and for the debt. Still, my drivers are making around maybe like 5 to 6,000 bucks a day. So and I can always keep taking loans. Once you clear a certain amount of, because in total you can always borrow 500,000 bucks. So I can just keep taking loans to clear my old debt, and eventually my drivers will level up to the point where even where as expensive as the debt is, it's still they can still make more money to pay for it. But still, I mean, I could just sit around and do that, but what's the fun in not trucking in a trucking game? One thing I am looking forward to is upgrading to the final most powerful engine, which I think is probably like 580 horsepower in this game because, man, these trucks are slow and you need all the horsepower you can get. Oh, here comes a train. Here comes a train. And the truck ahead is from Nevada. 869er, 59er. S. I have no idea what any of those mean. Those figures mean. Another unrealistic thing about this game is that truckers get arrested for speeding, which I've never seen a cop pull over a truck. And trucks in my state speed all the time, so yeah. So why can't I just go fast? I don't know. But I think that's a very unrealistic aspect of this game. I mean, the speed limit is alright in Nevada and Arizona, and of course I'm not sure how it is in real life, but in these two states in this game, you can go about usually 65, 75, and sometimes up to 80. But really, like right now, like if a cop passes me by, I'm gonna get a speeding ticket for driving faster than 30, which, come on, in these roads, come on. Like, not, under no circumstance in real life would I be ticketed for this. I mean, as a truck, at least. Maybe, like, as a out-of-state tourist, I probably would get ticketed, but, not as a truck. And seriously, nobody follows the 30 miles an hour speed limit. Like nobody. Maybe one person. Alright. It's time to accelerate. And let's get our move on. And with no cars ahead of us, we can go all the way up to 70. Assuming the road stays fairly straight. There we go. Yeah, in this game, if you need money and you have sufficient, you are clear to borrow money, it's always a good idea to borrow money. Because even though the interest rates are really loan shark levels, but because of the way the game works, you're almost guaranteed to be able to outpace your loans. So it's always a good idea to borrow more money if you need to hire another driver and truck, if you need to even pay back other like existing loans. So this game isn't so much about surviving as it is about 5 hours left. We've made good time, but yeah, better safe than sorry. So gonna drive in there, drive in here, and alright, let's get some rest. Alright, yeah, the car's moving. I should have turned on the parking brake. But like I said, my standards are pretty low. No tickets, no fines, no damage. It's fine with me. Or, you know, just the usual wear and tear. No real damage. Alright, it's day now. And clear left. Let's get on the road. There's a cop car behind us. So we have to be careful not to break the speed limit. Alright, clear left. And we're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas. You know, the game is undergoing some, I think it's going to be enlarged, so the maps are going to be, the size is going to increase to a scale of 1 to 20, which is going to be fantastic. That means that this drive will take double the time. It'll be about 40 miles on a 1-to-1 scale. And I think that is fantastic because I think the great thing about truck sims is that it's not, for me at least, it's not so much driving the truck as it is driving on a highway without any real world consequences and being able to just cruise down the road. So it's not always a good idea to, you know, if you double this stretch of road, it's really satisfying to just move along and look at the scenery. But the thing I'm worried about is because the you know, it's gonna take some time to double the scale of the map. So I don't think it's gonna be interesting waiting for the East Coast, because they started with the West Coast, and there are really no signs of that I'm gonna get the East Coast, which is where I live, anytime soon. But still, this is a better training tool. Like, if you want to learn to drive in America, this is a better training tool than Euro Truck Simulator. Even though both teach you pretty good habits. Like, they're not great habits, but you can learn safe driving from this game. It's totally doable. Leaving. Something should creak. So I think the biggest barrier to safe driving is peer pressure. Like in this game, I can just follow the speed limit all I want because cars behind me aren't gonna honk at me. You know, people aren't assholes because they are people. It just bits in a computer on my hard drive. But in real life, you know, you'll get tailgated for following the speed limit. Even in situations where the road isn't all that safe. Like I know on some highways the speed limit really is too low, but sometimes on these two-lane roads, you know, speed limit actually makes sense, and people still go faster. And it really takes some effort to have to consciously not be affected by this, or to consciously not break the limit all that much to accommodate these road raging impatient pieces of shit. Really, like, I would just rather the speed limit by increase by 10 miles an hour, and then for it to be enforced absolutely. But that doesn't work too well in America, where you just don't have cops around all the time, and it's just not that easy to enforce the speed limit. So the end result is you have an unrealistically low speed limit that everyone's breaking, and whenever cops need revenue, they can just arrest people for speeding. Loan installments in total of 11,230 was paid. It's all cool though, because I still have 23,000. And even though it seems I only have 2 days of money left, that's actually not true, because first of all, I'm gonna earn 25,000 for this trip. Whoa. Yep, that wasn't very safe. But then again, like I said, I'm not striving for perfection, I'm just striving for not getting ticketed and not getting damage. Alright, 40. And also, I think I have about a 50,000 buck quota so I can borrow more money if I need to. Driving a truckload of Teslas. There's a green light coming up. It'll probably turn red any second now. So I have to be ready for it to turn red. And that is why I have the brakes set up to a maximum intensity. So I can brake like this. So, yep, the car has worn by 1%. And we're only halfway into the trip. Halfway into the trip. Check the 0 to 60 times on this thing. Well, 0 to 30 times, because speed limit is 30. So I'm not gonna go faster than 30. Alright, that's a green light. And we're gonna keep moving. I just realized that I'm recording this in Shadow plays a low quality setting. Oh well. I mean, YouTube's not the best quality anyway. Alright, I'm gonna traverse 4 lanes over to the left side. Alright, that's my blind spot cleared. And here we go. That's red light. That's red light. Can't go too far ahead, because if you cross the line, then you'll get ticketed for a... Alright, green, clear center. Let's turn left. Alright, that's green light. This is what I love about this game. You can do this. Alright, so the speed limit is 70, and we're gonna go 70 as well. Speed limit is 80 now. Drive carefully. Pass me to the right. Don't mind you. In this game, at least, the left lane really is safer. Because cars aren't... Because there are less trucks in the left lane. So you don't have to slow down for anyone. Alright, the speed limit is 75. Another realistic thing about this game is that every car and every truck is just clean. Like, no, that's not how cars work. Cars get dirty over time. Alright, this is getting dangerous. Speed limits are of course not designed for trucks. They're designed for cars. So we gotta be careful. Otherwise we'll smash our load of Teslas. That won't be cool. See, that car slows down. I slow down a bit as well. You might have to go in there to the wait station. Just gonna wait for a message. And if we don't, then we don't. Alright, so speed limit is 55. Speed limit is now 35. And speed limit is now 25. So we got 7 hours of waking time left. And even the GPS says we should be there within 6 hours. Alright, so the lights turn green. Slow down a bit. Alright, give me a green light. Come on, don't be shy. It just doesn't want to give me a green light. I want my green light, god damn it. Alright, there's my green light. Clear center. Speed limit here is 65. Although in real life, people will be going 80. Because people don't care. People just don't give a shit. I'll move to center lane. Fucking, what the fuck is wrong with you? See, in real life, if I had experienced this, well, I would stay in the center lane as well, because the center lane doesn't exit. But, yeah. If the third lane was available, I would go to third lane, so that I don't impede traffic. But then again, I don't drive a truck. And even the Prius, with its pitiful 0 to 60 time of 11 seconds, it's still faster, and, you know, it still doesn't... Like, the Prius isn't slow because of the hardware. The Prius is slow because its drivers like to save money on gas. And my fielding numbers are pretty good. at 75 miles an hour, and we look like we're probably going to be passing these guys. And we're going to exit over here. Clear left. And let's go. Yeah, watch that money roll in. We're at 28,000 now. Now, depending on what parking space we get, this video might go horribly wrong. You just noticed like a cop car passed us by and didn't ticket us because we were only going 1 mile above the speed limit. So that's basically the tolerance this game has for speeding. If you speed by 1 mile, you're good. So yeah, I mean, I've never used the auto park feature since starting this game, but there's been a few parkings where I could have done better, where I busted up the trailer a bit, trying to fit in the parking spot. So yeah, this debut Tesla ferrying might go right or it might go wrong. Hey, another percentage of damage. Ain't that just dandy? Ain't that just dandy? We got 3 hours and 58 minutes left on the clock. 90 miles left. Come on. I said already, you piece of crap. I should have enough fuel and sleep for the remaining trips. I'm not too worried about slowing down. Camp Verde. Clear roads, clear the section, and let's go. That was a bit of a worrying freeze there. Anyway. Problem with AI during this part is that the AI ain't ballsy enough. to actually go the full 75 on this part. It really slows me down, you know? Like the car in front of us, he's not going 75. He's not. We're gonna catch him. And it's gonna be very unhealthy for our car. Down I go. Alright, so out there, over to Pheonix Airport. Too bad we're not going to the airport industrial zone. Alright, that's green light. Well, we can just go ahead. Go forward. We're almost there, dog. Just 5 miles. 5 miles at 2 hours left on our sleeper gauge. But good thing there's a sleeping area right there, so it shouldn't be a big problem. Also, the speed limit is 25. Let's not break the law. Not after we've come so close. Alright, so that's probably the pickup area. And this is where we want to go. Fairly good atmosphere, although funny thing, those cargo planes are boxed in by roads. As you can see on the map, on the GPS, those planes are boxed in. There's no way out. Roads just surround those planes. So it's not completely realistic, but yeah. So I'm going to stick my nose out here. Enter here. And then enter here and here. That's 25 miles an hour on the cruise control. You can't enter from here, so let's go ahead. You can't enter from here. But we can enter from here. Oh look, the game's thrown us a bone, giving us a pretty easy parking job. Not too bad. I wanted to show off my mad parking skills. Well, we can still do it. We can still treat this as a parallel parking situation. Oh man, I'm gonna embarrass myself. Alright, so parallel parking. Go here. Move here a bit. Alright. Alright. Let's hope I don't hit the side of the road there. Wow. This ain't great. Well, you know what? It was a valiant attempt. But, yeah. Let's turn off the engine and detach the trailer. Of course, excellent job achieving the lock Sky Harbor. Driven distance 888 miles. Time taken 28 hours and 10 minutes. Fuel consumed 185.7 gallons. Base reward 16,277. Experience 683. Proficiency bonus level 15, so plus 2441. Long distance delivery bonus 3,400 bucks. 175 XP. Fragile cargo bonus. At level 5, it's 4,000 bucks and 150 XP, and bonus for parking trailer, 15 experience points. So yeah, because I've set my parking spaces on random, so this time they gave me an easy parking space, which is good, because that way I have a perfect video to show you guys. Now let's look at my bank. So 53,000 bucks. So one thing I could do, which won't be very smart, but I could borrow this to make it 103. I'm gonna repay this, which would leave me with about 11,000 bucks. But it would also decrease my daily installment to around 10. Math. Okay, it would decrease my daily installment to about 10,600 bucks. But it will also decrease the amount of money I have to a pretty low number. Another thing I could do, however, is that I could borrow this, make it 103, repay this, and then borrow this, so that I would have more money. See how this works? Yeah, let's go do that. Borrow this, repay this, and then borrow this, and then repay this. See how through this shuffling, I have the same installment daily, but my account balance, it's increased. And in fact, I could do this some more with, so I could borrow this again, repay this, and then, oops, well that was a bad idea. Still, I have 26,000, and my daily installment has decreased to 10,623, and I still have $26,000 left for two. So I could pay 2 installments. Still, it's a fun shuffle to do with these loans and stuff. You can really game the system, so to speak. So anyway, that's it for this video of American Truck Simulator Excellence. Oh yeah, let's also check our diagnostics real quick. So see, all the damage is on the tires. Oh well, yep. So that's it for this installment of American Truck Simulator Excellence. Tune in next time for more. I am Eric, and until next time, stuff happens.